Welcome to the Smite Force Chronicles, brought to you by NyQuil. I'm drinking a lot of NyQuil. I also got this great voice. All right, how's everybody doing? We've been chatting for a few minutes, talking about our new HUDs and all that jazz. So when we were last here, I should do one of those. Let's see. The last time on the Smite Force Chronicles, you dispatched a Chol and some other baddies that had been drawn out of some sort of a room with a pool. We're not exactly sure what's going on in that room. It's down to the southwest. The closest character to have approached that room was Glory. And then everyone else was up dispatching the Mummy Queen and her minions. So you've taken care of the Chol and whatever baddies followed it out, as well as the Mummy Queen in the northeast part of this, what seems to be a rounded crypt of some sort. You have a bunch of experience. Some of you are getting close to leveling up. You can feel it coursing through your veins. You'd like to get some more kills under your belt, so maybe to push you over the edge. And exciting things will happen for some of you. Any questions or comments? Nay? Nay. Awesome. All right, so you guys find yourself in this hallway, right? It's suddenly very quiet, right? The corpses have melted away since you were last here. First question: Does anyone have any buffs that they shouldn't have right now?
What's a buff?
Oh, effects.
Yeah, I was gonna say, question back to you is how can you tell on here?
Well, I see little icons. If you go into your character sheet, there should be one that's called effects, and it should tell you what your effects are. And when I see Stefanos, I see that you have one level of exhaustion. Was that? I recall something about that when we played, but it's been 6 weeks. You recall why you're exhausted?
No, I would be exhausted.
Yeah, the only one who should be would probably be Tyros, because he got attacked by the mummy, and I don't think we've cured him yet.
Right.
I did do
Need some
healing.
sort of special cure.
I think you got.
Solve.
Oh yeah, so Tyros has the curse, which it impacts him 24 hours after his first exposure, but you may have bigger issues if that were to be the case. Worth noting, for those of you playing along at home, is you should see a little clock, little sun, right above a time. That is what time it was when we last played. It is now ticked forward 15 minutes, and it is now 10 a.m. So it's roughly 10 a.m. And remember that you wanted to get out of here before the tides changed. Well, that was at least your thought. You weren't sure exactly what happens then, but I think the working months ago, like many months ago, idea was that when the tides came in, it would make it incredibly hard to get out of this place without a good underwater swim. All right, so Stefanos, I'm going to clear your effects because I believe this was related to some moment in our combat. Anyone else have anything? Looks like Tyros has an effect. He's in hide mode, temporary. So you're no longer hiding, correct?
No, we're out of combat, so I'm not going to be hiding.
You are no longer hiding. Looks like that might be
Quick
it.
question for you. How long has it been since I have been cursed by the mummy? Have I still got a while?
Yeah, it has been about two hours or so.
Oh, okay. All right. Because I do have a scroll of remove curse, but I need time to study it, and I don't want to slow the party down. So I'm fine still running with this boding curse upon me.
Gribby.
We should
So,
escape first.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So here you are. You are in the hallway. And I'm just going to ask you what you want to do.
I think if I recall, Glory was suggesting that we go and investigate the water room, the fountain room, or whatever that was. I think that's what she wanted to do. And I want to say, if I remember, because I kind of scrubbed through the video, I think we all agreed, like, yeah, we'll go down there and do that. And then there is also the other room at the top where there was a lot of noises, but we didn't go into that. We also need to investigate. So,
which room was that?
If we follow the plan that we were going to do, go to the water room first, investigate that, and then go back up to the top. Does that sound good to everyone?
Yep.
On what we were.
Yep, works for me.
All right, let's do that then.
Cool.
Back to the long hallway.
All right, so you should be in free movement mode. Move within your constraints. I'll let you all move.
What?
So let me say one thing. Can you guys move move once until everybody moves, and I'll tell you when you can take your next move. And stay within your defined. I see Tempe is heading down the south hallway back. Is that correct? Is that where you guys are heading?
That's where the water room is, right?
No, it's
in the south.
Down southwest.
Okay, when you get to the door, stop. Everyone else's place is all decked out for the holidays.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anyone want to
We
control?
have to decorate our tree still.
Don't forget Spud Nut.
Ooh.
You haven't done your tree?
No, it's just up.
And the
Sure,
judgment,
I have the
David.
relax permission to update token. Okay. Ooh.
Hey,
Where's
GM?
Spud Nut?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be seeing this or not, but there is like a symbol inside the room that says unknown. I don't know if that's supposed to be hidden from us or not, but I just wanted to make you aware that there is some.
Where is it located?
In the water room. It's right in the water.
Right in the water. It's like a shield with two swords.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know if that means there is something there, but I'm guessing we're not supposed to know and not supposed to see that.
No, it's hold on one second. I think there's always it says about notes. Hold on, notes.
Because it wasn't there when we first went in there the very first time.
Hold on. Notes. Journal.
And I don't want to cheat and know things.
No,
I'm
I don't
not
want you to cheat.
supposed
No, I think it's
Although if I go into Dinjarn mode, then I'll say there's nothing there.
yeah, 1 second. It'll just give me 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Manage modules. It's a mandatory plugin for another show notes. Uncheck. Save module system. It might refresh your screens, by the way. And it should go away. So it's a way that you can see the notes that you need to read or whatever else within a module. It was for the Halloween run that we didn't do. We ended up canceling. So I can uninstall it. So I did. One less module. I'm always down, you guys, with one less module loaded. Should be no harm, no foul, right? You guys are back?
Still loading.
Still loading.
Okay.
There we are.
Ain't no thing. Do what you want to do. All right. Now it shouldn't say unknown anymore.
Calendar up. Hammer 1495 DR.
Oh, and you in the settings, if that calendar comes up every time, you can go into the settings and tell it not to load every time. That is the year, though, in the calendar. So, Dinjarin, do you still see that note?
Be punctual. Yep.
I still see it.
I do still see the thing that says unknown, and the sword and shield and swords. Yeah, I do still see it.
Well, that doesn't make any
Let's
sense.
just continue on.
Yeah. So what those are the combat. So when I click that, it loads the combat for the room. So you've already dealt with it, so it's not a big deal, but it's worth noting that I should move this. Do you see anything else now?
No, now it's gone.
So I'm just going to make a mental note to load those things outside of view, because that kind of would be a cue that there was a battle. The good news is you've already done it.
That's what I kind of thought it was, so I was just thinking in other rooms there might, as we're going along, we might be like, oh, we gotta fight something there. But okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It is what it is, right? So, all right. I have moved any battles and all that stuff, even the ones you've already done. Let me go back into token mode. All right, so, you guys are... well, now I have to read... I was all set up. Let me pull up my notes again. Narrative... All right. So let me throw a little narrative your way, since most of you haven't seen this. You look at your chat. So, and yes, I've worked on some formatting, although I don't like my word narrative at the top. But I have to figure out how to over it. Anyway, it'd be completely dark in here, but the room glows with an eerie blue. 4 tombs flank the walkways, 2 on each side. There's nothing special about them. No fancy symbols, no odd etchings. The cobwebs and dust tell the story of long forgotten souls. Looking across the open area from the door, you see a pool of some sort. The ceiling, are up to roughly 50 foot from the walls. Arcs. Roughly 50 foot from the walls, which means that it is somewhat flyable, but it's close quarters. And this looks like more of a natural opening than anything made by the hands of man. After about 20 feet, the floor transitions to a few stairs down. And is motionless. It's glass-like. It seems deep, but it's hard to say how deep.
Are we free to move in?
You are free to move in. I would love some idea of what you guys are thinking, what you guys are doing. This is like user research. Talk out loud.
I think exploring right now.
Oh, check out the chest in the corner. Oh, I think I just went through a wall. Crap.
Take my 50 foot of rope and just tie like a ration or something, a rock or something to one end, and just drop it down to see how deep does this pool go. I kind of want to see and use that as a gauge to test.
Yeah, there's plenty of rubble laying around, and you go ahead and you toss it into the water with a kerplunk. And did you guys hear that? I was anyway. It drops down, and it initially drops at about 10 feet where you threw it, maybe 10 feet from the stairs. But you feel the line slowly going, taut, and just sort of, you can feel that the rock is just sort of sliding along the bottom, and it clearly gets deeper towards the middle.
All right.
Roll a nature check for me.
No, I'm not good at that.
You don't have to be too good.
No, trust me, I'm really not good at that.
13's plenty.
I can't even read it.
Yeah, so you do some mental math and sort of knowing what you know. Your assumption is this is where the chul came from, right? That lobster-esque monstrosity that you guys fought. This maybe was its home, but it seems odd. Like why would that chul be here? right? Y stares down. Seems like an odd scenario.
I wonder if this leads out to the ocean. Like we know that this crypt will fill up with water at some point in time. I wonder if this is where some of that water comes from. What do you guys think?
Good thought.
Might there
Or
be
I wonder
a
if there's a way-
portal?
Yeah, or I wonder if there's a way to empty it too. Should we look around for like any levers or?
Why don't you roll an investigation check, whoever's involved in the Scooby?
Yeah, I'm gonna look for anything that I could depress on the wall or something I could pull down. And again,
I'm controlling Glory, by the way, just so you guys know.
Best person for the. I'll do it.
So I think Glory would be really interested because she was motivated to be in this room to begin with, right? Even staying behind when she knew you guys were fighting some sort of series of baddies.
Oh
so she's
goodness,
also
amazing investigations.
So I have to see how I can.
We got Law and Order investigation levels here.
All right, give me 1 second. She's also gonna.
We're like CSI here.
Glory's also gonna roll an investigation check. All right, we got a 20, we got a 23. Tyros is for the win. I'll do Milan as well.
Don't burn.
Well, the good news is this doesn't matter because it was a check. So I will delete this. But she would have had a nasty fumble.
I don't know if you guys saw it, but it looked like the dice cracked like that was really cool. Oh,
There we go.
well,
So they're all gone now from the chat. I also have to figure out why it rolled like 40 of them. Unless she did she roll it? She must have rolled a series of ones. So unlike our old tool, which I'll stop naming, the new one doesn't have a lot of those intercepts for dice built in. So this one basically, if you roll a 1, I have it set up for Dice So Nice. If it rolls a 1, then it rolls a macro to see what your fumble is. And if you roll a 20, it rolls for whatever. But it doesn't know if that was for combat, if that was, So if you were to roll a 1 and then roll another 1, as part of that check, it would think that you did 2 fumbles. So we'll just have to. The rule will be it's the first card that comes up, just so you know. All right. Until I figure out how to fix that. So what do you guys got? You get a 20. We have a 23. And Alexandria was of no use with her 1. So yeah, you guys, like I said, you do the same mental math that Dinjarin did, and this thing clearly came from the pool, right? You also, what did I have you write? An investigation, right?
Yeah.
Looking around, you're seeing, a sort of a disproportionate amount of what seems to be struggle and clawing that leads its way to the pool, as if things were maybe being drugged there against their will. You see no levers, you see no traps, you sense nothing that man can control.
All right, let's check out this chest.
All right, let's see if this works. See if you can double click it, Adam. Tempe. Did it open?
You're inspecting this pile as Tempe Evidumbre. I get a bone fragment, potion of water breathing, 3 of them, and a water skin.
Right.
Ooh.
Well, I'm gonna take potion of water breathing for sure.
And then does it show you how to do that? I don't know what you're seeing. I don't know that we ever use it.
I just hit take. So there are 2 left if anyone else wants one.
I think I'll grab one.
I already have one,
Just
so
double
someone else.
Oh man, if we find like 2 more, we could just go down the pool.
Yeah, I kind of feel with those there, like we're supposed to go down this pool potentially.
Possibly. Certainly.
Maybe this is our way out. This is how we get out.
So I'm gonna roll dice to decide what the characters that aren't here want to do. So just so if you see random dice, roll. Oh, Jesus Christ. That would be a 20. So let me get rid of all those.
That's all nice.
Man, I gotta figure out why it keeps doing that. Right. Cool. All right. So, yeah. So, Glory, and Alexandria both sort of offer up. Perhaps it would be best to save the water breathing in case things go south at the end. But Glory's torn. She's not sure what to do because she's also really, really, really wants to know what the hell's in this pool.
I say why don't we... Well, first I want to know, is there anything of interest beyond the chest and what was in there? Is there anything else of interest in this room that seems like out of place that we may want to look at? Besides the pool too.
Oh, there's
any room
sarcophaguses.
That's where the skeletons came out of, though. Is there any writing on the wall anywhere or anything that might indicate to us what this room is?
I think that would have come up in the investigation check.
Yeah, it would have come up. There's as I mentioned earlier, there's nothing specific, right? But if you want to roll an Arcana check, you can. Also, Gloria asked, she's way down by the pool, if someone could grab her a potion of water breathing from the pile.
Oh, I can do that. How do I give it to her?
She said you can worry about that later. Just remember that one of those is earmarked for her if things go south.
All right, none are left. Anyone want a bone fragment? Looks pretty meaty. I'll give it to the dog.
Yeah, I was gonna say, give it to your dog. He looks hungry.
Yep.
Looks like he needs
There you
food.
go, Spud Nut.
Should we go back and before we do anything with the water then, should we go back and check that other room that we didn't go into at the very top and then see, and then if that seems like a dead end, come back down here and maybe go into the water? It seems like there's not really a whole lot.
So you're talking
you
about
want to go into the water that a monster came out of?
Just to be clear, so there's questions about going into the water down here where you are, and then backtracking. So you're talking about the door across from the Demon Queen.
Yeah.
And you went in and you fought.
Mummy.
Yeah, you fought the general mummy in that room to the left. Remember, you fought that before and then you were up against the door and you heard some interesting noises coming from the westerly door.
Yeah.
And they were interesting enough that you guys thought you might want to hang tight, as if that would unlock, or that would maybe start something bigger than you were ready for at the time.
Okay. I think because we had split up, so we wanted to make sure we had everybody together. I think now that we've cleared this with everybody together, we go investigate that, see what's in there now, and then kick ass, kill everything as we do, and then come back to the water if we have to. What do you guys think?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Glory reluctantly, let me roll a dice to see what she does. Okay, so she's in.
Okay.
But she's reluctant. She's really, really wants to know what's going on here.
I'm glad she was in, because if she said no, I was going to say, well, if you want to see what's in the water, I was just going to push her in. But since she said okay.
All right, so I'm going to move her to that room.
I would have been a jerk.
And she said she'll meet you guys there.
So
And the rest of you can start. And the rest of you can start making your way. If you decide that you're going to go into any doors you have not opened, and as you guys go out, you do realize that there's you can see that the hallway as it continues north terminates, but it does split into what possibly is some sort of an entry area off to the left, just as a heads up.
Didn't we go down there already? I thought there was nothing there.
Nope, you didn't make it that far.
Should I go up and explore that area while you guys go down?
You can.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Okay, let me move everyone first before you do so.
Wait. Is everyone going south or north?
Everyone is heading
I'm
out to the south.
Yeah, I'm just outside the door right now waiting.
I think Alexandria would go. I think Alexandria would go with you, Stephanie. So she's going to head your way. So Gloria's up in that room. She's already made her way over there. And the rest of you are heading south, right?
Well, Stephanos and Tyros and or not Stephanos, Tempe, and Alexandria look like they went up. So I'm just gonna wait here for a minute, see what they report back and if they need anything.
Yeah. So Tempe, unsurprisingly, this looks very familiar. You're in a little entry area. There's a foreboding skull statue with some sort of magical burning. Oh, why do I suddenly forget what that bowl of fire is called? Brazier.
Brazier.
And there's a door to the north and to the south. And it looks like you opened the door to the north? Or no?
Yeah. They both look open now. They were closed when I first showed up.
Did you open them, or did someone, whoever keeps clicking on doors, don't open doors unless you tell me what you're doing. Because you can't, look, you guys can't open doors in rooms that you're not in. Right? Like that's not okay. It'll make me lock them. All right. So there's a door to the north.
I'm confused. Tempe is still, according to my map, still by the treasure chest, as is Glory and Dinjar. They're still in the water room.
Well, that's weird because I'm standing outside the door. I think we're having that ghosting.
No, you're seeing. I see two dots. That's where they had it open.
Oh, you know what might be confusing you is like I see the character versus the dot part thing. Oh, what was that?
I closed it.
Oh.
40.
All right. So, you guys, who opened the doors? Like, was that Stephanos? Was that you that opened the?
Yeah.
All right. So you're at that door. Tempe's at that door. And so to the south. Let me see where we are. Hold on. What you see for that room is to chat. This room's unlit. You figure this area's roughly 20 feet by 15 feet with walls continuing that sort of arcing theme that you saw, in the rest of the hallways. These slightly rounded rooms would be hard to decorate, right? You can imagine trying to place a couch against the wall of one. How annoying. Anyway, the room is still. The only sounds are from you, and there's a large storage crate in this room to the south. Next, don't click on anything because that's not what we do. To chat, what you see, Tempe, is this room contains a single coffin. It's decorated with symbols, and while you aren't sure what they mean, they seem related to the military in some way.
The military. I don't know if we've encountered the military yet.
I feel like if I were to open that crate in this room, I'm sure.
Go for it. I don't
Hold
see
on.
anything good.
So give me 2 seconds.
There's another door.
Trying to remember how to do this. Let's see. Blah blah blah. Da, 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 da. All right. And all right. So Tempe, as you step in, bursting from that tomb is a zombie.
Oh, bloody hell.
And Stephanie, you were opening the chest, right?
Yeah.
So Stephanie went, and you're what's in a, this is what's a supply room.
Does it go in there?
Hold on, 7 supply room. Hold on, I'm having all sorts of technical issues suddenly.
If a monster pops up, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, I just got something that said I don't have permission to update my token. And
Yeah, I just got one
I've
as
been
well.
getting that a little bit.
But I think I've been getting a lag. Stefanos, are you in the room with the chest, or are you in the hall between the two doors?
I'm in the hall between the 2 doors, so I'm not inside the room.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
All right, so here we go.
Wasn't sure if my screen was updating.
All right, so you reach for that. That chest, and it comes to life because you have found yourself a second mimic. So you have a zombie to the north, and hold on, add it to the combat tracker, and
That's the death trap.
this guy goes already into combat tracker. So you are in combat now. You should no longer. I'm going to add you to the. See who's there. So Stefanos is in combat. Dinjarin is in combat. Tyros is in combat. Tempe is in combat. Alexandria is in combat. And she looks like she's invisible. Maybe not. And where'd Spudnut go?
we left Spudnut in the room chewing on
Taking
the
back,
bone.
chewing on his bone.
Awesome. So there you are. You guys are in combat. So head to your combat tracker, and I need everybody to roll for initiative. All right. Is that everybody? Oh, wait, I have to roll for Alexandria. And good times, guys. Let's begin combat. And we are now in combat. First up, Tempe. You know, the good news is you're there, you were aware, and you've got a zombie square on you. Face on.
Right on. Well, I'm gonna attack this zombie. I'm gonna go with the longbow.
Awesome.
And I'm gonna call a headshot because zombies don't like getting shot in the head.
Ooh. So just roll with disadvantage.
Okay. I forget how to do that. Alright, disadvantage, click, and just tap roll.
Yeah. I think. I'm not sure what you see. If other players can help,
I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it from the chat.
if only one dice rolls, we'll have you roll a second time. How's that sound?
One roll. Oh, I think I have to select a dice. D20. One roll.
All right, so you rolled a 10. And you didn't have anything targeted.
What?
Or did you? It just says you rolled. Did you attack with a thing, right?
Yeah. Well, I have my bow loaded up,
Yeah, but you have to attack with
but
the
I
bow.
just
Yeah, you have
Right.
to actually go in either your character sheet or on the HUD.
okay.
And,
I got
and
it.
do the, if you roll in the chat, it's
Okay,
just rolling.
go to disadvantage.
Perfect, dude.
Roll again.
Except for one thing.
The 19.
And it'll be whatever the first card is your nasty fumble.
Wasn't he supposed to have advantage?
No, with disadvantage.
he-
He was calling the shot.
Oh, got it.
So you have a nasty fumble. You have a pulled muscle. You are weakened until the end of your next turn. So we go in here, and you are weakened.
Need some of that.
That's not a bad fumble.
Yeah.
No.
So the good news is, and that's the end of your next turn. So
much worse.
yeah.
Is it that Archer's elbow acting up again?
Yeah. And you do have all your movement left, and any bonus actions that you might have had.
No, I have to hit for a bonus action, so I'm just gonna move out of the way and lure this zombie out to people who don't have a pulled muscle.
Poor thing. Yeah. You make your way out the door, and you guys see him like going like, oh man,
You guys,
My-
right here.
my string arm.
That's
All right.
nose. Oh.
And then hit end your turn. And that'll bring us to Tyros.
Combat. End turn.
All right. Tyros is making his way at the door here.
Yeah, you head in and you see that zombie.
Yeah. I'm
Like,
gonna
getting ready to
target
leap
that
off of the
zombie. Zombie is targeted, and I'm going to throw my firebolt at him.
All right, you have line of sight. You should be good. Solid hit.
Bam!
Cool.
So out of Tyros's arms comes a nasty firebolt with very minimal damage.
So it knocks him down by 5. Not the biggest, but could be worse. So a solid hit. You see the zombie sort of go over there, as he gets hit.
With that, I will untarget.
I will eat your soul.
You're gonna have to catch me first, zombie. And I will move back out of the way.
Awesome.
And I will end my turn.
Well struck.
So Dinjarin, your turn comes up, and for the first time in a long time, you are within walking distance to attack mode. You're
I
fading
can't
away.
see
All
it.
I keep seeing is a cartoon in your video. I don't know what's going on. Oh, that's why. You're under the desk hiding. You guys find Dinjarin
can't-
hiding under his desk.
I can't really see the zombie, but am I in? I don't want to use the measure tool because I'm worried that it is going to freeze everything. It looks like I'm in 20 feet of the mimic, right?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So I'm going to activate, use a bonus action to activate the Baphomet's helmet.
Okay.
What happened? Basically, any hostile creature within 20 feet has to make a DC 18 Wisdom saving throw. Otherwise, if they fail, they are frightened of me.
All right. So let me
Until
do
the start of the turn. So
So is it DC 18 or DC what?
DC 18 Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
So technically, if they are both, I can't see the zombie, but if the zombie is a hostile creature within a 20-foot radius of me, it would have to do one as well.
Uh-oh. Oh, God, I have to delete a bunch of cards again.
Fumbles.
Yeah, so it's a save, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, so I don't think it would really do any of those.
No, but it did fail at saving throw, so it is now frightened, right?
Yes.
And let me mark it as frightened. Frightened. And then we roll it for the zombie. Wisdom save. He only has a +0 bonus on. Let's see what he does.
No.
And he is also frightened. So they have to move away from you, is that correct?
No. No, that's another one if I get. So a frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight.
Got it.
The creature can't willingly move, so it just can't move closer to me. And if it sees me, it has disadvantage on attack rolls.
So then the zombie does not. It didn't work for the zombie then because it doesn't have line of sight to you.
Oh, I guess yeah, that's right. Okay, cool.
So
Sorry, I clicked on the frightened thing. So, okay, and with that, I am going to move forward towards this mimic.
All right.
And let me. Oh, what happened to my combat tracker? There it is.
I do like the frightened animation. I have to say.
I believe the mimic is targeted, right?
There's a blue dot on it for me.
Yeah, I don't see any dots.
I'm gonna make a note to try to find. I liked in their other tool, it was really obvious who was targeted.
Yeah, and then I am going to attack it. Oh wait, let me try the new thing with my maul. Wait, what does this mean? This weapon.
Darth.
Okay, I don't know what that's asking me right now, so I'll attack it with the spike chain.
What's it asking?
Fine. It says some pop-up came up. Oh.
An actual 20. All right, so let me. It's the first one. A lot of crits and fumbles this game,
Crits
guys.
on both sides. Yeah.
All right, so you've got a critical carnage. Eye gouge. Your target is blinded until the end of its next turn. So it's both frightened. Now, what I've got to think about is, does that mean that it no longer sees you?
Well, if it's blinded, I would imagine it can't see. Although a mimic does have lots of eyes, so.
So it is blinded, but does that remove frightened?
I don't think so. It should just be on top.
Because frightened relies on line of sight.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. What's going on?
So it rolled the critical damage for the.
Got it. Did it roll it for you, or did you roll it?
I had to roll it because it asked, was it a critical hit or a normal hit? And because I rolled the 20.
And that's what we wanted. So this is, whatever this setup is I think exactly what we wanted. Perfect. Yeah, and you knocked the heck out of that thing. There's blood from this mimic everywhere. And my ruling is that I'm removing frightened until it can see.
Yeah. Question for you, since it is blinded, can I move away from it without it getting an opportunity attack?
You sure can. It will only have the memory of where you were, not where you are. But it's going to listen keenly for you.
Okay. Then I am going to hop back. I think I have 10 feet that I could go back to here.
Okay.
So that I'm away from it.
So it's blinded and no longer frightened and does sort of hear you move off to the left, it thinks. It's not sure.
And that is the end of my turn. Wait, the thing just... Oh, it did move. Okay, already. All right,
so the zombie sees you step into view and now has to roll its wisdom save, right? And it fails. So the zombie is now frightened. This is going to get complicated, by the way. Trying to maintain who can see you through doorways and stuff, so you have to bear with me a little bit. So remind me again. So frightened they won't really move towards you either then.
Yeah, they can't move towards me. They don't move. Won't necessarily move away, but they have disadvantage in any saving throws and attack rolls. As long as they can see, they'll have disadvantage.
So this guy, he has straight away as much as he can.
Yeah, so he won't really move towards me because he can see me.
Right, so he can no longer see you, so he's no longer frightened.
I don't think it works that way. I think the effect lasts until his next turn. So because he knew where I was, he would still be frightened.
That's fair. I will accept that. All right. That ends his turn. This brings us to Alexandria. So Alexandria, I think, would head in. Would you guys agree?
Due for a good roll, too. Yeah.
That's 20. What does she have? What's her movement? Her movement is... where's her movement? 35, so she has 15 left. So do you guys think that she would go hand to hand with this thing?
She likes her dagger, doesn't she?
Yeah, the dagger is just so powerful.
Let's head here. So she spins around, and then she's going to attack with this dagger. And a target. And then she attacks. And we're not going to use its ability. So she hits.
Nice, solid hit.
And does a solid 8 of damage. And she is out of movement, so she is stuck there. She ends her turn. This brings us to
Can
Stefanos.
she fly up, or does that count as movement?
That counts as movement. And the room's too shallow for that.
Ah.
Good old mid-journey dagger. Admire the art.
She would have used a second attack though, her claw, would she not?
Does she get that? I don't know her character well, if I'm being honest with you guys. Let me look.
Or does she? Or is it does she need to use a key point to do that? I
she has a
thought
reaction.
She had a second attack, but
Oh, she can use. Oh no, so she can. She has a bonus action if she hits, and so she can use her.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Her dart. All right, so that's still targeted. And so I have it set so untarget, by the way, after you roll. So you have to retarget every turn. And so she's going to use her bonus. She hits. And does another 6 of damage. So she's on fire. But you were right. Stefanos, it is now your turn. Now, Stefanos, it's not lost on you that you started this chain of events, but things seem to be going your way.
I have a crossbow. Do I have to use my crossbow? I use.
I can't. Does anyone else understand what Stefanos said, or is it just me?
Yes,
Yeah,
she has to use her crossbow.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're blippy.
So, Stefanos, the mimic is blind. It can't see you. So you can move in and out without opportunity attacks. So you have your choice of ranged weapon or melee weapon or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my ranged crossbow bolt. I'm trying to target them. I think I have it targeted.
Yeah, so you target. Oh, a solid hit. You guys are on fire today. And it does another 5 of damage. And do you get a bonus action, Stefanos?
I don't think I do with this. I'm just gonna move a little to make a movement to the right. Oh, I can't move.
Are you in movement mode or are you in target mode still?
Oh, I'm in target mode. I'll release the target.
Now try and move.
Do that.
Look at that. We're figuring out this tool. It's getting faster.
And
All right, up
then
next.
I will end my turn.
So it's the mimic's turn. And it's blinded. And it can't see anything. So it's just going to... How long is it? It's blinded till the end of its next turn, right? So it's just going to try to...
The blinded was from my critical hit, so I don't know.
Yeah, it was till the end of its next turn, it said. So let's see. So it's going to just... It sort of knows where Dinjarin went through audio, and sort of knows there's a door ahead. So it's it's just going to try to sort of move to survive. And only giving it half of its movement, so it's just sort of, you guys see it sort of slink away. And that ends that turn. And everyone needs to roll for initiative.
So out of curiosity, I was reading my Baphomet's Maul that I had, and I didn't realize this.
Yeah.
It says I'm supposed to be able to advantage on my roll for initiative.
Okay.
So how do I do that? I don't know.
So roll it. I think roll for initiative, and then remember that number and roll again, and we'll see which one we keep. I'm guessing you're just going to keep the 20.
Oh, you know what? That's probably because maybe it did that already. But yeah, I'll keep the 20, so that's fine. And then also, I think Tempe, I forgot this for my character, and I think you forgot too, or maybe you didn't. Don't forget, if we hit, we both get a second attack because we hit. I think when we got that our last level up.
Jesus, I can't believe this is happening so many times. Of course, while my macro is broken, it's rolling 5,000 things.
Do you have something turned on where we all get crits and stuff? Is that?
Yeah, it's called crit session. It's a module that if your team is sort of losing interest in the game, suddenly there's a game where there's a whole bunch of crits. Let's see here. So
I don't think we've lost interest yet, but this is fun.
All right, so Tempe, it is your turn.
You're muted.
Where did the zombie go? I can't see it anymore.
You guys saw the zombie make its way to the left in that room to try to avoid Dinjar. And as you step through the door, off to your left, you see the zombie sort of cowering.
All right. I have switched to my spike chain.
And it has a reach of 10 feet, right?
Do I roll with disadvantage because I got a pulled muscle?
Good question. Hold on.
I mean, the spike chain always loosens me up. That's why I swapped.
Weaken. No, it's not. So it's not a disadvantage. I think it's -2.
Okay, so that's like an effect.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it should take care of it for you, I think. We'll see.
Right. Target.
I have to remember to wear my Smite Force shirt when we play. So you hit.
Seems to have. Isn't it supposed to roll damage for me?
Did it pop a thing up? What did it do for everybody else?
Oh, damage roll.
Pops up by.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Plus, I get some spike chain damage.
So you see the left arm of this zombie just like flop to the door, or to the floor, right? In sort of this hamburger mess of blood and bits, just being totally ripped through with your spike chain. And I think you have what, 10 feet of movement left if you want to move.
I'm good. I believe in Alexandria is going to finish it off. So
all right,
I will just end my turn.
All right, so Alexandria's got this zombie targeted. Unsurprisingly, she attacks with the dagger. A solid hit. And a nice 8 points of damage. And then takes her bonus since she hit. Another solid hit. And just decimates the zombie. So this thing just falls to the floor, having done very little, if any, having very little or any impact on any of you guys. So it is no longer has to be frightened, but it is dead. And Alexandria ends her turn with a little caw. This brings us to Jinjarin.
All right. Well,
The last thing you saw, so you hear this zombie like crumple to the floor to your left, and the last thing you saw was this mimic sort of making its way to the westernly side of the room.
I'm gonna move into the room and look for the mimic, and I see it, and I walk over there.
Yeah, it hears you, but it does not see you.
And let me target him, and I am going to do the same. Try the same thing again. Oh wait, use the new HUD just to test it out.
Yeah, tell me how that new HUD works.
I'm liking it.
You guys are not missing today, you guys. It's another solid hit.
Boom.
And another solid 8. This mimic just splinters of what looked like wood just explode everywhere, and you realize like it's very real. This is not an actual chest. It's bits of flesh and bone that look like a chest.
With that, I'm going to use my second action because I get 2 actions.
All right.
And I'm going to attack it again. Same thing, spike chain. Just hope I get it. And I'm just kind of whipping at it, lashing at it with my spike chain.
Yeah, that thing, it just tears through this mimic, and falls in a pile of goo to the floor, not even getting a chance to attack you guys. So it's
Nice.
to say it was bummed is inaccurate.
And that's it for my turn.
Well, I mean, to be frank, that's it for everybody's turn. You guys are now out of combat. So the first thing you hear is like that crazy drum music that came out of nowhere fades away. And then
I was kind of digging it. Like,
we end combat, and we're gonna empty the combat tracker, and we're gonna give you guys some experience points, guys. And auto assign.
woohoo!
How do we check our experience points?
Double click your character, and you should bring up your character sheet.
Oh.
So those of you who are already at level 5 have a long way to go. Stefanos,
I'm at 4.
you're at 4, and you're making your way through. So you're getting a lot of experience for each of these battles here, so it's going to probably pay off for you. But you guys are out of combat. You know, just there's blood and bits and pieces. But beyond that, the entire room falls silent.
I yelled back to Stefanos, "Hey, do you want to open up this box that's in here that I think you were going for?"
Yeah. There's another door up here if you want to just open that one.
So did you want to open? So double click the crate and it'll tell you what's inside. But Stefanos, you got to move into place if that's the case. There you go. I moved it for you.
Okay. Roll to remove curse. Okay.
Oh, that looks helpful.
Question of further healing.
And looks like there's a lot of treasure in there as well.
Over. Wait, we can put this in our hideout.
And you can either take it.
We have that.
Does it allow you to split 6 ways on your view, Stefanos, or does it just?
Yeah. Oops. I should have done that.
No, you don't have to do that. There's still 5 gold if you just want to take it.
Oh no, I'll split it.
I don't think you can split 5 gold 6 ways. So I think you just have to take whatever's left.
I'm also doing the math right. But yes. I think that's it. That's all that was in there.
All right, you can close the lid and call it a day.
Cute.
Sweet.
You can now remove one of your curses. So.
Oh.
That sound for closing, man. That sounds like it's like Don't get your fingers stuck in there.
Exactly. All right, so Tempe, to the north of you, is a door, and you hear sounds something like, I don't know, rolling, like fire or sizzling or something, and it's the same thing that you guys heard in the other door.
Let's do it.
So roll a wisdom check for me, Tempe, just to see if you can figure this out.
Okay. MP has wisdom. Oh, wisdom days. Come on. Character sheet. My character sheet won't open.
Are you in token mode?
Oh my god. Yeah. There it was. It was minimized. Okay,
Yep.
wisdom.
Yep, and you can also roll those checks from that HUD that appears at the bottom, or the HUD that's at the top or on the side.
Oh, really?
Yep. The one at the bottom is it's nice. You click your character, and that little HUD should come up, right? And if it doesn't, you click those two little crossed swords. And then above your photo, where it says Tempe, it says Save Skills Tools. There's a little arrow. If you click it, it'll expand open all your checks.
Oh, sweet.
It's still my favorite HUD, I have to say.
Yeah, I keep looking at the left HUD, and it just doesn't have the same appeal as the one on the bottom. And the one on the bottom is intuitive too, because it breaks down your main action, your bonus, and your free actions and reactions, whereas none of the other HUDs do.
Yeah. I only got an 8 though.
Well, David, the left one does, but they're indicated with icons. You'll see like a B or whatever else.
Oh,
yeah,
that's what that is.
So
okay.
Tempe, you're trying to draw like, is this the same room but the other door? And you can't really draw that conclusion. So it may or may not be in your mind. But there you are. You're standing
Anybody
at the.
else feeling wise? Yeah. Kick it open.
Are you gonna kick it open?
Yeah.
All right.
Good chunk.
So you kick it with this crash, and
Seeing he kicked it open, Dinjarin just runs right in.
Nice.
all right. So you are in.
Love the enthusiasm, guys.
All right. So here's what you see. Oh, by the way, let me share this.
That thing
1
is
second.
Shiny.
One moment.
Like the
I forgot to share this with you. It's worth seeing. So, here's the artwork. I'll send it to the chat for the baptismal fountain, since I went to the trouble of creating it. All right. So there you go. Ooh. So here's your narrative. So this room is bright. Like, it's very bright. The room flickers and glows in reds and yellows cast from around something. It looks a bit like an eye made of fire, and it sits in some elaborate stone basin in the outer wall of this rather large area. Your inner voice is like, what is watching? Why is it watching? And can't anything ever be easy? So I'm turning off. Hold on, where'd it go? Give me 1 second. I have to move something. There it is. All right. So I'm turning off free movement. Because you guys are where you are. You had some people ran into the room. You had the door was kicked open with a thunderous kabloom, and you see the spinny eye. So
DM.
yeah.
For some reason, I am still able to control Tempe. I think it was because I was using him last time.
Okay, let me look into that. That doesn't seem fair.
No. Not
mean,
that
you
not that
haven't-
I've done anything with you, Tempe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it'll pop up. It'll be crazy on your screens and stuff. So
All is well.
Yeah, I get the occasional. It's your turn when it actually isn't.
anyone else have you getting that same thing for anyone else? It looks like Sarah. Okay, we're all good. Cool. So you are in there. And there's some sort of stairs that sort of lead up to the eye, and some stairs that lead up to a rather large door to the sort of the southeast. Now that door, the door to the southeast, don't just double click and open doors as a reminder, because I haven't set them. Actually, I can set it as locked. There, it's locked. You don't know it's locked, but I wanted to make
another door to the northeast.
Yep, and that one is unlocked and openable, but you can't move there yet. So you are in this room, and I want to know sort of like what's your first line of defense?
What do you mean, first line of defense?
I mean, you're not line of defense. What's your plan of action? My bad.
Oh,
Yeah. I think we'll let Glory go explore that big old brazier / Eye of Sauron. You know, Glory.
yeah,
Glory's not with you.
I'd probably
So
go.
I'm just gonna go to a door.
Yeah, I'd probably go to the door across the way and just open it, or knock on it and be like,
Yeah.
"Hello, who's there?"
Go for that.
All right, so I'm turning on movement again, but don't
I'll-
everyone just move freely. So go ahead, Dinjarin, and move to that door.
I start knocking on it. Hello? Anyone there?
And you hear Glory on the other side.
Okay, if I hear Glory, then I just open the door. I'll be like, "All right, come on in."
All right. So the door opens and sort of Glory steps through. Right. She steps right under the edge of the stairs.
Oh. Question. We also wasn't her familiar somewhere?
It was dismissed. Right?
Oh, okay. I don't remember.
Let me look. Oh, and Spudnet comes trunding in right behind her. Very happy to see Tyros, heads right to Tyros. Let me make sure. I think you're right. I think
She had it somewhere. I think it was invisible or something. I don't remember from the last game. But
yeah, I'm gonna try to find it. Hold on one second.
The last time I remember, it was in the doorway at the far northeast side.
Found it. Yeah,
where we
Salem would have
battled.
followed her. I found Salem. Salem is here.
So as she comes in, I point to the fiery eye and I say, "Hey, Glory, look. Do you have any Visine? I think that eye is needs something to moisturize."
A little
it."
irritated.
Yeah, it looks dry.
Dinjarin has dad jokes too.
Lord, because he's not that bright, so he doesn't know any other jokes. Sarah, one of these times Stephanie's gonna reach straight through the camera and just start choking me with my dad jokes. She's gonna be like, "Stop it!"
Exactly.
The day will come.
Yeah, that's probably not far from now. So, you guys are. So who all's left? We've got Stefanos. You're still way down the hallway. Did you want to move in, or are you hanging where you are?
Yeah, I'm planning to.
Just want to make sure that everybody's had a chance to sort of position themselves where they want to be, just in general. You never know. So Stefanos, as you walk through, you see this giant eye, and everybody's sort of being mesmerized by it. So, looking at the more narrative coming your way, right? Like I said, a set of stairs leads up to, let's just call it the eye, right? After a slight platform, a second set of stairs heads down to the stairs, a rather substantial door, right? The ceiling starts at about 15 feet and curves upward to around 30 feet, on which that door resides. And, oh, look, you've got more of those creepy skeleton statues flanking this eye.
So, in all honesty, I think Glory, once she came in, she would want to like investigate the eye. She'd be really
Arcana
curious.
check.
Yeah, she would want
Right.
to.
So she heads
See what
up.
the eye is about. What, like, does it have any meaning or anything? Should contemplate.
So as she approaches it, tendrils of light reach out from the eye, and they poke and they prod each of you, but you don't feel anything. No heat, no pain, nothing. You just feel them reaching out and sort of assessing, and it's odd. Something odd, very odd is happening. The doors on each side slam shut. You're stuck in this room.
I would, since I'm near the door, I would turn to try to see if I could open it again.
All right, go for it.
Do you want me to actually try opening it?
Go ahead and try. I'm just curious what would happen.
Whoa.
I turn and tell everyone, oh crap, the doors are locked.
Yeah. But the cheer applauds your attempt. The crowd applauds. Wow, that's a long sound. All right, so you guys are starting to get a little creeped out. These tendrils then withdraw. And for a moment,
Throw a coin in it.
what's that?
I tell Gloria to throw a gold coin in, or a copper maybe. Oh, whatever. Maybe it's like we're supposed to. What is that? You give something to a offering. Maybe we're supposed to do an offering or something.
And she's like, like what?
I just told you, a gold coin or something. You got stuff. I don't know. Maybe you're imp. Throw your imp in there. I don't know.
Glory grabs a coin and sort of tosses it into the fire, and you guys sort of see it just for a split second, and it sort of just disappears.
Make a wish.
Time has passed. It's
You
now
guys wanna try
10:45.
The big door?
Yeah, let's try the big door.
All right.
Or do we want to try to figure out this eye more? I think I know what we would do, and I think I know what Glory would want to do.
Yeah.
And what are those things?
I think Glory would try to figure out the eye, and we would probably open the door. I'm just guessing, but Stefanos, Tyros, Tempe, what are your guys' thoughts on what we should do?
Maybe have a team.
I
I
seems
don't-
dangerous. Yeah.
I don't like magic, so I would be getting away from it.
All right,
Do
move
a
to where
door,
you want to be.
perhaps?
I'll go join.
What were you gonna say, Stefanos? Oh, you're gonna go up there?
Yeah, I think that'd be within your nature. It's a curiosity.
Bring a burn kit? Alright, what do you
I'm
think,
curious about
Tyros?
this.
Got any thieves' tools?
I'm-
Want to pick this lock?
Have we tested it? Is it just locked? We can't open it?
All right.
I don't know. It sounded like
If you wanna roll an investigation check, you can find out.
Oh, well,
Sure.
yeah. Always do that.
You do that from the new hood?
Investigation.
Doesn't have skills, does it?
Yeah. So Tyros, you check it. It seems to be locked with magic. There's nothing mechanical about it. You don't see any way to unlock it on your own.
It's just held shut.
Yeah, and as you're doing this,
Yeah,
like
sorry,
it's still
Tempe, I know.
it's eerily silent, and it's just sort of bugging you.
Puzzling.
Yeah, Tyros turns to Tempe. It's like, yeah, I can't do anything with it.
And as you do that, off to the right, you hear again. This thing lights up.
The eye might not want us to open the door.
Or the eye has something to do with opening the door.
So
Anybody tried talking to the eye?
That's a good.
So this time, the air around you crackles again, and you smell ozone, smoke, and sulfur. These tendrils shoot out of this eye, striking the room throughout areas, and in each place that it touches the stone floor, that this tendril touches, comes this great flash of fire, smoke, and lightning. As the smoke and fire subsides, each spot stands a creature ready to attack.
Uh-oh.
Great.
I think this might be another test or something.
A fire snake?
Ooh, what are those? Yeah.
Well, I gotta move some people just temporarily so I can make sure that I got this right. Encounter. 1, 2, 3. Excuse me, guys.
GM, while you're doing that, I at the end of the last one, you were gonna look into what time we actually went in here. I know it's 10:45, but I don't remember what time we actually entered into the catacombs and everything.
Around 5 a.m.
5 a.m. Okay.
Yep. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So there's 6 creatures now have appeared before you.
Ooh, what are those?
And I'm adding them to the combat tracker.
Smoke.
And then after depositing these guys, the eye goes silent. All right, let me add you guys to the combat tracker. There has to be an easier way to add everybody to a combat tracker. That should be everybody. Is anyone not in?
Even
guessing.
Slipknot wants some.
Yep, it looks like we're all in.
Well then,
Roll for initiative.
Oh, I did horrible.
While in combat, I can't roll for a wisdom animal handling
you can.
attribute.
But after you have to tell me exactly what you're trying to know, though.
Oh, well, the animal handling, I think I can speak to animals, small animals. So I was trying to get them to not attack us.
Some battle music starts. So we're at the top of the stack. It is also 10:27. Would you guys like to end for the day or continue?
I would have a hard stop at 11.
Excuse me. What say the rest of you?
Just waiting for people to show up to user testing. So until that happens, I'm fine here.
Awesome. Well, let's start then.
No shows.
But it's like a quick 15-minute thing. I'm just gonna put it in my ear. So.
Sounds good.
I'm good
All
to
right.
play.
So Alexandria steps up for her turn and targets the fire snake. And attacks with. Anyone want to guess what she attacks with?
Or dagger.
Blade of glory.
And solid hit. 9 points of damage. And as her bonus, uses a dart. Ooh, not a solid hit. And stays where she's at. Plenty to go around, she says. Spudnut.
Spudnut. I thought Spudnut was Tempe's familiar, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's with Temp. Oh, isn't he Tempe's familiar?
Yeah, for some reason you got associated with me. Oh, okay.
I don't
he's
know
next to
how
you.
much movement Spudnet has.
Double click him. He has 40
Caught on
40
fire
feet.
or something.
It's
Okay.
40 feet. And if you take a look at his photo, he's quite a good boy.
It's a blaze, though.
Well, it's his turn.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a fire effect. It's gonna target the smoke mephit.
Now, just a reminder, because you've not done this before, just so you know. You can either attack, you can move both of you, but you can only attack either you or him. Isn't that was the deal, wasn't it? If I remember correctly, everybody?
Oh, okay. Alright. It's just gonna move.
Okay. This brings us to Glory. Glory spins around, targets the fire snake, and she's within melee, so she can't do a ranged weapon. So she attacks with her bone staff. I think that's her go-to. And she hits. Does a solid 13 of damage. Does anyone remember? I don't think she gets a bonus action.
No.
And that ends her turn.
Don't think so.
And turnabout's fair play. So the fire snake attacks. I need to look at the fire snake's characteristics real quick. That's what I was hoping. So the fire snake attacks Glory with a bite. And sadly misses. But it does have multi-attack. Not reliant on a hit, so it strikes out with its tail. Oh no. The top one is the fumble.
Us.
What a fumble-tastic day. Okay, so that's not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one, that one, this one. Lit up. Lightning strikes you as if punishing you for the crappy roll. Take 1d6 of lightning damage. So we'll grab a d6. I'm gonna roll. And he takes 1 point of damage, this fire snake does, so. Down 1. Boom. -1. And that ends its crappy turn. But we have a smoke mephit. Stays within range. See Salem. And it has its choice of Glory or Salem at this point. It's targeting Salem. Flight against flight. And let me double click its character. See if it has multi-attack. It does not. So it attacks Salem. With its claws. And it hits. For a solid 4 of damage. Poor little Salem. And it ends its turn. Brings us to a fire snake. Up here. Also flanking Glory. She's got herself surrounded here, guys. Right click Glory, target. And you know the drill with these fire snakes. It leads with a bite. And hits. And then follows up with the tail. And misses this time. This brings us to Tempe. And you're in a weakened state. So I have to remove that.
Pulled muscle, man.
Yeah, but that went away.
Okay. Alright, so I am targeting the smoke mephit right behind Stephanos. And with my bow.
Sounds groovy. Oh, it's a solid hit.
Puff.
Damn. 13 points of damage, and its brownish blood splatters the stairs.
More ash than blood.
And you have movement left, although you've ended your turn. All right, so
yeah, I forgot I get a bonus action.
Oh, go ahead and take it. I'll let you take it. You thought about it in enough time.
All right, let's do rapid fire.
Yeah, the rule of thumb would be if someone had already done something, then I wouldn't let you take it. But
yeah, not this. Oh, what? Wow. Got quite a bonus on my
yeah, you do have quite a
archery
bonus there.
skills.
Another 7. Kablooey kablow. Nice.
And I'm not going to move, so I'll end my turn.
All right. This brings us to Tyros. Oh no, it brings us to the smoke method. That's right. Targeting Alexandria. Aims squarely at her. Attacks with its claws. Well, let me make sure. There might be something more interesting. Features. Ooh. All right. So you see this method sort of draw this giant breath, and there it is. There. So you see this ashen fire breath burst forward, and Alexandria succeeds her saving throw, sadly, and nothing spectacular happens. Ends its turn. This brings us to Tyros.
Now, Tyros is going to target this smoke method that had just attacked or breathed this dust at Alexandria. And
don't forget, there is a dog right in front of it. So if you fumble, you will hit the dog. Yeah.
Oh, he's right there. Oh,
Yeah.
oh okay. You know what? I will target this smoke method instead then.
I think Stefanos thanks you.
Yeah, the one that's right beside Stefanos. And I unleash my firebolt.
I love the animations.
Ooh, man.
Solid
I
hit.
do love the animations.
Oh my god. This firebolt just consumes the smoke method, which you would think would be better at taking fire damage, but no. You just see this thing burst into flames, and for a split second you think this thing is going to be gone. But sort of this charred, very hurt creature is left standing there. And do you get a bonus action?
It is not dead.
It's
one that I can't use. I'm not within melee.
All right, then end your turn. This brings us to Stefanos. So you smell almost like a toasted marshmallow behind you.
You are not having a stroke.
Yeah, and if you hold shift and use your arrow keys, you can rotate your character. Because right now you're not facing
it's
it.
easier than using your mouse.
Oh, was I facing the wrong way?
No, I was talking to Stefanos.
If I haven't used a melee weapon. If I used my mace on this one here.
Are you doing the one to the south of you or to the east of you? I can't tell.
South.
Okay,
It's
south. Got it.
So if I use my melee weapon, would that potentially damage Spud?
It would potentially damage. It would only hit Spudnut if you fumbled, because he's literally sharing the same space as he's like. Think of him like he's up against the leg of this thing.
think I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you.
So setting my target. Double clicking on my mace icon. It's not just...
you should, so you have it targeted, right? Oh, a crit! Another, holy crap, guys. Alright, it's the first one is the rule. Gotta remove that one. But you see all the work I put in. Boom.
Those look great.
Alright, so this is what's called critical carnage. The target moves 50 feet or until they hit a wall or an object in the direction of your choosing. They take 1d6 bludgeoning damage on top of your crit. So did it roll damage for it yet?
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and roll your crit damage. Alright, and then roll a 1d6.
6.
So it's down in the chat window is where you just choose the dice, like click it once, and then hit roll. It'll just tell us what that is. Alright, so 2 points of damage. Additional. Now, go ahead and use your cursor to just sort of long press somewhere on the map where you want this thing to move to. His stuff. What do you mean?
Nothing's on. You can't get to anything. Here's my account.
Oh, let me unlock it.
And what's the distance that they can set?
No, it can move as far as it wants, but it has to be someplace within the room. There it is. So, I didn't see, can you do it again? I didn't see where you are. Okay, yeah, where do you want him to move to? No, you can't drag him, I have to move him. So, just hold down someplace on the screen where you want him to go.
Should we throw him into the fire?
It has to be against a wall.
Against a wall.
Yeah, so do you can mess with your friends and move them down there. Or I know where I would move him, but it's just me. Yeah, so like see how I'm pressing and it's flashing? Just do that where you want it.
And then let's put him in a corner.
Okay.
Bad method. Into the corner with you.
And as you do that, you hear Alexandria scream, "You should have moved him into the fire!"
I thought we could do it against a wall.
Well, yeah, there's a wall there.
We have to do it.
But that's okay. That thing is on its last leg. You guys had a great round. Stefanos, you still have all of your movement. And do you have a bonus?
No.
If not, then you can move or end your turn. And you were safely able to move away from that method because it was not facing you, so there was no opportunity attack for you.
That's my turn.
That is your turn. This brings us to Dinjarin.
Alright, I can't really do much, so I'm just going to run...
How far can you move?
30 feet.
Alright, you're there.
And I'm going to ready myself.
Do you have any, just a reminder, that he's within 10 feet. Do you have any 10-foot or 10-foot weapons?
I do, but it's never worked for some reason. My spiked chain is supposed to go 10 feet, but it's never worked every time we tried it.
Well, if you wanted, we would just try. If you want to try it, you can. Otherwise, we would just move you next to it, and then
Okay, then I'll try that. I'll attack him with my spike chain. Let me. Oh, cool! It's working. And it did nothing.
It is a miss. It says here, what are you concentrating on?
Nothing that I'm aware of. Oh, it was because I clicked ready.
Okay.
Because I was just going to ready myself because I didn't think the spike chain would work. That's it for my turn.
Well, it did work, but it also didn't really work.
Yeah.
This brings us to this dude here, this fire snake, which is targeting Alexandria with its bite. And Alexandra deflects some of the damage. Good for her. She still took a hard hit. And much to her chagrin, as the teeth sink their way into Alexandria's bird-like body, she sees his tail whip around and go right past her. Not a damn thing happens. And that ends its turn. So this guy is hurting for certain. But it's going to come into Dinjarin as sort of one last-ditch effort for its very short manifested life. And it's going to do Cinder Breath. Right here. And what happened here? Alright. Did you guys get a request for saving throws?
Yeah, I rolled mine, so.
Yeah. So we just need there should also be one for Stefanos. There should be something on your screen saying saving throw.
It's in the chat window.
It's in the chat window.
I don't have anything else popping up as a saving throw chat.
No?
Yeah, it only shows me in the thing. Usually, if multiple people do it, it would show all of them in the same chat.
It showed it as impacting her. Maybe because she wasn't completely enough into the thing. Close call. All right, that ends the turn.
Balaam can't do anything because Gloria is acting.
Yeah, she already went. So let's go ahead and roll initiative. Thank you, Adam. I have more stuff to do. I can't believe the number of times you guys are rolling these things today.
Go to Vegas.
Alright, there we go. That's gone. Remove that. And that one. This one. Holy smokes. There's so many of them. And who's left? It's Alexandria, Tempe, Glory, and Sid. What's all that rolling? What happened? Oh.
Another one.
Yeah, someone got a 20 on their initiative.
One of those smoke methods.
What are the odds?
It doesn't understand the difference between like an initiative roll and just like an attack roll.
All right, this takes us to the next round. All right, Tempe, you lead the round with a solid 33 initiative. Or is that initiative or is that
pretty high?
Oh, I'm sorry, a 25.
All right. I think my line of sight is screwed for the smoke method, so.
Well, you have all your movement if you want to move.
Yeah. Is anyone worried? Otherwise, I'm gonna go after these fire snakes around Glory. Alright, let's take a side step here.
Alright, then you do have clear line of sight.
Yeah. Rondo.
And it's a sadly a miss. But what do you expect with the 2? Alright. This Mephit's like, why am I over here? Beelines with what's left of its life for Alexandria. Still targeted her. And hits her with a death burst. Oh, it says I could get both people here. I'm gonna give it a shot. Did anyone get asked for anything? No?
Nope.
Then it was a miss. Damn it. Alright. I learned my lesson. No longer going to try to get multiple people with a... So you guys must have been outside of the 5-foot range. That ends its turn.
Doesn't it die, though?
Why?
Well, you did Death Burst, and it says, when the Mephit dies, it leaves behind a cloud of smoke that fills the fight. So I'm assuming it killed itself to do that attack.
Yes, you're right, and I was stupid because that's what should happen when you guys kill it.
Oh, okay.
Right, yeah.
But, that said...
Now we know.
Yeah,
and knowing it's happening.
That's on me, though.
I'll kill these guys.
So, I'm gonna have it consumed its life. I did not read... Good job reading the directions. I did not read them closely enough. So this Mephit's not going to do a death burst. It's like, oh, Phil, what were you thinking? And instead, it's going to attack. Has to see if it recharges. And it is not. So it attacks with its claws. And it does hit. And it dies. And it dies because you reacted, correct?
It had a Constitution saving throw that I had to do.
Yeah. So that was the end of that death method. Ends its turn. So these guys are, they're doing some damage, but they're mostly just annoying you. So it's Glory's turn. She has the snake already targeted. And in classic Glory, she's going to bring her bone staff down upon its tiny skull, but completely messes up. And it's the last one that wins. I mean, the first one that wins. So annoying. Oh, you know what's interesting is it was rolling one for each of you. That's very weird. Turnabout. Well, I mean... Oh, so she fumbled. Okay. I mean, what were you thinking? You know, this didn't work out quite like you planned. Your target rolls damage on you instead. Fun. So... Untarget.
Badly misses.
And target. And what is the damage on her bone staff? Oops. I got to do it until it hits. This is it. Yeah. So this thing, she swings around and you see her whack herself in the back of her own head with her bone staff. And that ends her turn. Dinjarin. Surrounded by blood.
Alright, I will walk up to this guy.
Sally.
I'm assuming it's just to make sure. I'm going to turn towards her. Oh, I guess I can't.
That always helps.
There we go. And then I will attack it. Seems to be working. My spike chain. I need to change my dice. I can't read my dice.
Yeah, I'm saying I can never tell what you roll. I have to always look in the chat. But you do hit.
Would not pass accessibility.
Ooh, solid. And this thing dies. And does the fire snake have anything when it dies? Let's see what this says. All right, so you take. Hold on, I have to roll something on you, Curtis, because you're within 5 feet.
Who is this Curtis?
I'm sorry, Dinjarin, and standard roll. So I have to do 1d6 fire damage. So let me roll 1d6. Roll. And I have to take off 2 points from Mr. Dinjarin. Bloop. Bloop.
Okay.
There it is. And that ends your turn.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. It does not.
I'm going to go here now. And because I hit with an attack, I get a second attack. And I am going to target this guy and hit him with the spike chain as well.
And you should have a flanking
You do the
advantage.
spike
Let's see if
chain
it does.
from 10 feet. You don't have to be 5 feet.
Oh, me loves it. Me loves it. What is with you guys today? So, okay, so you see how it rolled for every one of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll fix this. It's the first one. Draws a result from the fumble table. It's called Nasty Fumble, Crappy Neighbor. So Dinjarin's like, heads up! You yell as your crappy hit misses its mark and hits one of your party members within melee range of the target. GM chooses the party member with a dice roll. Roll damage on that party member and apply half the damage to them, rounding down. So within 5 feet is...
There's only one person.
There is no one.
It's technically a spike chain, so it does reach 10 feet. I don't know if that...
Right. But Glory's right next to that fire worm.
You yell at your
Or snake.
Oh, it is maybe, yeah. So yeah, you hit her instead. So roll damage on Glory.
So do I...
So untarget the snake. Yeah, so here's what we'll do. Untarget the snake, and then target Glory, and just attack her until you hit once. And then I'm going to back out half of that damage.
Is she targeted now?
I don't know.
For me, I can't tell if it doesn't let me target her. Oh, there we go, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I just keep hitting the spike chain until
you hit her once. And then I'll take half of...
Advantage, right?
Do it again. There is a hit. All right, so let's see. Roll the damage normal, or does it let you do half? I'm just curious.
Oh no, I didn't see anything that said half. So
13 rounding down. So half of 13 rounding down would be 6 points of damage. So I'm going to give her back 6 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Dinjarin feels both sad and kind of snickers a little bit at the same time with that one.
Yeah, so
Like,
Glory looks at you like, what the living hell, right? And she does so with just part of her cheek has just sort of been torn away. She's not happy with you right now. And that's your turn, right?
When she's ever happy with Dinjarin.
It's true. So you gonna end your turn?
with
Oh,
this.
it's Tyros. I'm sorry, Tyros. You're up.
Yeah. Tyros has been watching all of this action unfold and has not moved from his position at all, which means he now gets a steady aim advantage. And he targets this smoke method.
And the only way that you'll hit Salem is if you fumble.
Okay. Hopefully I don't fumble.
I mean, what are the odds? It's not like you guys have crit and fumbled a lot this game.
No, we haven't done any of that at all today. Uses his firebolt. With advantage roll. And gets a crit.
Hey.
What is with the dice gods?
What plugin have you put in here, Thomas?
All right, you know, I really wanted you guys to see all the work I put into these, but not like this.
This is
Pretty cool to see that firebolt. But
So this is a critical carnage. Your target's leg is cut off at the knee, and its movement is reduced to 1/4 the speed. It will have a permanent limp, -5 speed, as an after effect. If this action is impossible due to the nature of your target, then you do standard critical damage +5 instead. You point at your leg and wink at the target. So it does have a leg, so it now gets quarter movement.
I know, point at it.
And roll your crit.
With a little bit of a chuckle. And it's the critical hit.
Only 28 points of damage.
oh,
Only.
Wait, did it die?
Is he
I don't
dead
see-
yet?
Which one are you targeting? This one?
It was the smoke method that is right beside Salem.
Did you have another one targeted or something?
Nope.
It says. All right. Well, it did 28 points of damage, so let me take off 28 points and see what happens. And this thing bursts into flames. However, as it bursts into flames, something glorious happens, and I have to give it back 1 hit point to do this. It bursts into within 5 feet. Target. So you guys are within 5 feet of it, so then that means it gets to use its super awesome Death Burst.
What does the Death Burst do?
So Glory, did she save?
I don't see anything in the chat.
Yeah, so she
I just saw the dice roll, but I haven't seen.
Hold on 1 second.
I think she does have resistance. So if it's a fire damage, I think she has resistance to fire damage.
Okay, so it's just you see her within this swirling cloud of smoke, and it fills this 5-foot radius around her. That's what's happened.
So is it kind of like it just makes it hard for her to see, or?
Yeah. So we'll represent that as if she's on fire. Death Burst. And then he is actually dead. Boom. All right. That ends your turn. So Alexandria.
Yep.
Alexandria is going to roll. She's heading over to here. You guys have this under control, she feels. She's going to take a look at this thing, and she has some worries. They roll a 20 to see if she actually worries about what I think. Yeah, she does. So she's going to roll an investigation check. First. All right, so she's 17. So she looks at this thing, and she's starting drawing some conclusions. You guys came in. This thing locked the doors behind you. You guys are trapped in here. It probed all of you, and then manifested a bunch of bad guys. and it's been silent ever since. And she's wondering what's going to happen after you kill the last of the bad guys. Will the doors unlock? Will this thing fire back up? So she's not quite sure. So she's going to continue her way over now that she's done that. And she's going to attack this fire snake to help Glory out a little bit. She's going to do so, unsurprisingly, with her dagger. And she hits. And that fire snake puffs and is dead. And that ends her turn. And she, Dejarin, she leans over. She's like, I'm really worried about this eye. Stefanos.
I am going to move over. And shoot at the fire snake with my crossbow.
All right. All right. So you raise your crossbow, and the fire or the fog and smoke and whatever around Glory sort of distracts you, and your arrow flies right past the snake. And that ends your turn unless you want to move. Or do you have any bonus actions? No.
No bonus. I'll just stay here. I do have to look though.
Yeah, I think we're going to finish this round and be done. Salem's not doing anything because Glory went. Spudnut is doing anything? Probably not.
Nope.
And this brings us to the fire snake that is targeting Glory. And
would it have disadvantage since she's in smoke?
Nope. It knows right where she is. Solid hit.
Ooh.
And does a measly 4 of damage. However, then it whips around with its tail. Another solid hit. And this thing, this tail connects with her, this time doing about 8 points of damage. So she's really, really hurt. And you guys want to start here when we play again? I think it'd be wise, especially if Glory is on the verge of death. Her being here when her character dies would be probably her preference. I will remove this round is now over. I will remove this effect from her, but I'll do that in a second. So the next time we come, the summary is you guys have cleared what you think is most of this level. At least the outer ring. You see a door that seems to be leading to some center room, but you can't get through it yet because as soon as you came in here, this eye seems to have magically locked all of the doors, probed all of you, manifest a bunch of bad guys, and you're on to your last foe. Unsure of what's going to happen when you kill it. Glory's near death. The room is covered in ashen blood and colleague blood, and this is where we'll pick up next time on the Smite Force Chronicles. Well, thank you, everybody. It's been a long time. Do you say see me tomorrow? Wait.
A holiday event?
Let's talk about that for a second. Let me end the
Bring
recording first.
And stuff. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow.